Eye n'Ensoko TV, oboroso bw'umugusi.
Buyamono kegima omurigere bw'ensoko CHINSA ni Ikomi chabo no mogoroba ayegana mangana AMAYIA asenchira yobwenge kurugaiga Ensoko TV oboroso bw'omuguse eretariane Linet Nyambane. AMAYIA ni gotoko ya chakiraga igase kaunti ya Nairobi ase omoseneta bwe kaunti eyo Edwin Sifuna nigesokire na kurwenkwana yae kubwatekana no kurusigwa ase kergo kyoguna omori kyomone bwe kyamagya ODM ukwana nabararia kurwa aso mucho Nairobi Sifuna naboigo abarai bari bande be kyamekyo bagwamereria eserikali gosebara sensemerie kwamereria serikali omoseneta bwe kaunti ya Vihiga Godfrey Ososi Mubunge Sabauti Caleb Hamisi, Omobunge Mbakasi East Babu Wino, Mugavana bwe kaunti ya Siaya James Orengo, Winnie Odinga na boigo abaraibande ikoba mochiri getambukero kya NEC gose National Executive Committee yekyamagya ODM asebatebire nigoba guchya kwamereria enganeyo.
Many respected personalities within the movement have reached out to me and the rest of the leadership, seeking a middle ground of unity, at least until the National Delegates Convention is called. I may not mention all of them, but the party trustees, and they know themselves, as well as Mama Ida Odinga and Her Excellency Ruth Odinga, the women representative for Kisumu, among others, have worked tirelessly to try and unite the party and renew the spirit of Raila in the party. But it seems the rest of the leadership, answering to instructions from elsewhere, has been unable to embrace dialogue. I want to assure our members across the country that this is not about positions. It is about principle. It is about protecting the integrity of our party. It is about ensuring that ODM remains a democratic institution governed by rules and not by impulses. And whatever actions I take from here, obviously after wide consultations, I will do so with my head held high, knowing full well that I have never once let down my leader, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, or the members of this party who are its backbone. As I said in Busia, Raila did not raise cowards. He did not teach us to run away from hardship or challenges, but to confront them head-on. Our party constitution places a responsibility on us to fight for ODM, and fight we shall.
That illegal office holders can remove a legal office holder, SecGen, from office. Lastly, I want to state that the only mistake Sifuna committed and the only mistakes that we are committing is to fight for the downtrodden, to fight for the forgotten in this society, to fight for the less privileged in Kenya, to fight for jobs to be given to our youth, to fight against the high cost of living that is affecting Kenyans in this nation. These are the only crimes that we are committing.
The second casualty of this coup was removed as the Deputy Organizing Secretary via a WhatsApp message. You know very well that our party constitution, to remove a NEC member, it must be a resolution of the NEC. I was removed even before the NEC met. And I'm elected member of parliament on ODM ticket twice from a very volatile, extremely non-ODM zone. From Westland to the border of Malaba, the only member of parliament on ODM is Caleb.
Togo tigaragabu asaya bwatekaine kyamekyo kya ODM ritukeri morioka maiga yekyombe kerikia National Executive Council ko mwaka isko yokabero morikyo munne wekyama ekyo Edwin Sifuna nigobono ababwatani bekyamekyo kurwa orogongo rwa gusiba bwatukira birengereri byabo Bifon Mugare oyure umunyakerogo munne bwekyombe ekyo kyabasaye ase serikali yobo mogose broad based imeyense ya Kenya nigati yababwatani abo barure birengereri byabo kubwatekana no gwakwa isiko kwae Edwin Sifuna nigo magare agose agokere getambukire kyo asekere atebire buna abarayi bari bakogenda mamincha nekiamekyo nigo babwenerete gwetera egesusuro kengabunekyo chingaki echecho nigo bono aboriri abarayi bari bachorirwe nekiamagya ODM korenda na gwikirania amaganionsi yekiamekyo anene bari bikurwa asorogongo rwagusi.
The removal of defiant party members, specifically in this case, we now talking about our former SG, Bwana Senator Sifuna Edwin, and we want to congratulate the National Executive Council of the Orange Democratic Movement for their timely move to make sure that our party is fully in line with the operations of the broad-based government. The agreement which our former party leader, the late Raila Odinga, the arrangement where he left us in. I have seen a number of Kenyans who are not members of the party, who are members of various parties, trying to advise and give their opinion on matters that really rest on the National Executive Council, that it was wrong for the SG to be removed from the party for defying the orders and the operations within the party. My thought and my opinion is that anywhere in the world, there is nowhere where loyalty is questionable. If you want to work with the ODM, you have to toe by and work with the policies that govern the democratic space within the ODM. I don't want to say that it is wrong for anyone to have a different opinion, but when you have an opinion and you have a chance of doing that in a democratic and civic way, but you choose to defiantly stand on the way of those who making progress towards a better country which we all want, then it was right for the National Executive Council to make that move and of course get off the former SG from his position. I want to congratulate Mama Catherine for getting on board as the acting SG, as we're waiting for the NDC to fully ratify and of course make changes from within the party to make sure that we as a party get stronger right from the grassroots.
Tukurase county yu ya Kisii nigo tokwenda goika ase county ya Nyamira busio bwobochori bwe kiombegi okwegerera abarimu b'ekisukuru b'ekisecondary boigochi college Kupet orosagerwa Nyamira koroberwa goche gokorekana reach korea Jumapili nigo bano omoriki bwo koroberia ekiombeki goso organizing secretary Evans Matuga ara abarimu bande asoko mochia egati abarimu abanene abo bagosaba abarimu bande bachigochora abateneneri be union abo atebire bakurwa asense meyemo ukwana imeyo mucho Nairobi nigo bono bonsi banchira sobomo usaba sabira abarimu abo gochiko bachora abateneneri ba Kupet bari babwate oborayi bwo koreta abarimu amo.
Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
AMAYIA power! Power! Kupet power!
Power! Ngente tangani, etutaete kwenyoria abarimu bonse be county ya Nyamira, no bachorio bonene bwe union ya ito ya Nyamira Kupet. Ebokare litukuria Sunday Nyamira boys gotoko tebya abantu bonse baje mambi mapema na ende toko bagana ndio molembo monene ondeta basakoleta buruburu ende yonse to sirio bogima una bolito arali Nairobi County asichikari chapa chigoita abana baito. Namba ya kabere Internal Organizing Secretary we county ya Nyamira Kupet Union taete kwenyuria abantu baito nga mbangete kirogeke nabere myaka 5 na inde mbakere ngbiamono asenge njobaro jinga mbya banchole abu nende mbainyorie ngatinkali orora se kenyanganyire ke kuboli keroke ni yonse ekaronda abu mwana ra endere tabera tatu po no yore diro obo tutu kanu ase union ya Nyamira ndaite kumonyoria omo principal yuga ngachinde chaende gusimeka choko tatebinga twakira abantu bakurukisi county sengenjo bara abantu babo asekero kyo organize obo executive secretary intori tayari ko chaubuna balimu watana nubuna balimu intubuna balimu twabeiramo eitambo songo korwa osemnyamiro korwa
Shindo kabisa.
ase miaka yonza balimu bakire chukura twabere to wakira balimu bakorukisi county including baba Joel Araka, the late Basweti, the current secretary secondary Bwana Kenyatta akorukisi county, lakini noare akere chukura na balimu banyamira na babo songo amo iko chinde tere choko simeka Mr. Principal eto kote kama balimu banyamira afanye nini ashindwe.
Our organizing secretary okoruo Mr. Matuga asega asia tokarengia na kubua mono amangano cia tutebiri etore mayaga yaye ebyatebiri na bitoji gokora na ne twegenete nga omuntu agotigera sekero ekiaye abo omuntu okorega simunere elio mwerio ntotageti ogwatananu ntumuna abalimu gosenga kya abalimu baminto
Uskomotwe committee ye bunge nene emanyikante buna Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning nigo yasangireire birengereri by'abananchi igoro yenkwana ya serikali yokonchisha che company ya Safaricom ukwana ime ya Agricultural Training Center sensemo ya Kisi nigo igatia bamenyi abo borokire obwobo bwabo igoro yobutumiki nabo igo okubagana wechisha ya secho abo aseba atebire buna nigo babwate chitangutangu nekerengereri ekyo serikali gyokonchisha secho erigo tumika chibese cyo guchigwaka na makabese ense ya Kenya bwate nabo igo gokorera amagenderero y'obwagachi bw'echipara.
Okay, selling the assets is not a bad idea. It's a good idea, but the problem comes here. We are seeing the fraud that are taking place in the government recently. Let me just use the example of the fraud in SHA. We lost 11 billion recently. Now, we are selling Safaricom shares at 204 billion. We don't know how much will be lost or how much will be stolen from the 204. At the same time, 204 billion is going to be used to make roads, water, and other projects infrastructurally. At the same time, we want to use the 204 billion to pay our debts, which, in my critically thinking, it can't happen.
First, I support the government for selling their shares because majorly it is for the benefit of us common manage. Because what they have enlisted, they are going to improve that the key factors which are affecting the common manage. You see the roads, the water, and the electricity. Those are the key areas mostly affecting the common manage. But contrary to that, my query is, you as our leaders, what parameters are you going to put in place so that you can ensure that this money is fully utilized on what has been enlisted?
So the current debt, national debt stands at, as Honorable Manduku said, 13 trillion, which is divided into domestic debt and foreign debt. So maybe you should start by telling us how much of that debt has been paid. If I look at these figures, 204 billion vis-a-vis 13 trillion, 204 billion, which is supposed to go to paying off the debts and then also paying off infrastructure projects, I feel like 204 billion is a drop in the ocean vis-a-vis the 13 trillion.
Gutigana nayo omorai bwense ya Kenya Omoske William Ruto ritkoria rero oraire abasaibe county ya Mandera guseni gairu burabwanyota se county ya Mandera ase anyarekoboga gukwanira na kwerera abamenyi bense meyo egatia magendero aroberetie gukwana kurwa Mandera Ruto nigo araire guseni gegereire serikali yaye ase akwane buna nigo igochikwenekia abasaye nkonyora bara amasomo n'ikibese cyo kwegendereria ase obugima bwabo.
Tumeongeza pesa ya kusomesha watoto wetu. Why? Tunaongeza pesa ya kusomesha watoto wetu because the greatest empowerment any community, society or nation can give to its future is to make sure they acquire knowledge, they acquire expertise, and they have competences to be able to contribute meaningfully to the development of any society, any community or any nation. Tumeongeza pesa ya masomo kutoka bilioni 500 mpaka bilioni 700 kwa budget ambayo tunangojea ya mwezi wa 6. Pia tumeongeza from 700 billion, we are now going to have 765 billion for next year. Kwa sababu elimu ni kitu ya muhimu sana kwa vijana wetu. Tumepanga program hii ya kuhakikisha kwamba wale vijana ambao hawajapata nafasi ya kufanya ajira ama kupata ajira pia wanapata nafasi ya kufanya biashara. Katika hii program ya Nyota, vijana 1820 watafaidika kupitia hii program. Wale wameketi hapa ni vijana 2540. Kufikia leo tutakuwa tumefikia vijana 1117. By the time I finish in Wajir this evening, tutakuwa tumefikia vijana 1120 na pesa ya kufanya biashara.
Tukitoka pale tutawapeleka tena katika mentorship ya mwisho sasa. So tunaenda kutembea na nyinyi kwa muda wa miezi, si chini ya miezi 6. Kwa hivyo tumejitolea na Mheshimiwa Rais watakapomaliza hiyo mentorship ya hiyo 6 month, sisi kama State Department MSME tumejipanga vilivyo. Tuko na program nyingine inaitwa KJET. Hii mtaweza pata mkopo kufika hata 20 million. Tuko na Hustler Fund, tuko na Uwezo Fund, tuko na Kenya Industrial Estate. Kwa hivyo we've started a pipeline that will see off these young people, will ensure that their businesses will grow, will thrive, and these are going to be our next millionaires, our next billionaires in this republic.
Chidagika ni 15 na ibere igoro ya CHINSA Ikomi chabo no magoroba na gwikiraga buno tugukorera AMAYIA century yobwenge kurendense ya mone CHINSA isato guchikumerana na Ishmael Mogere achiko kumanya buna arabe gagwatika a century yobwikirano na kuganirio tware oborigererio bia na boigo mogoroba umya eretariane Linet Nyambane.